I've put up this pine board along all of the places where the PAX units came together, covering all of the edges just to give that seamless look. These are select pine boards. I get them from Home Depot. It's the nicer stuff. You pay more money for it. They've got nice square edges. They're already sanded down really nicely. It's a lot less work when it comes to finishing than if you were to just use like 2x4s or anything else, or even plywood if you're gonna cut that down. You could do this with plywood. It's just, you're gonna have more edge banding, more other finish work to do. There are 3 board sizes that I'm using for this whole thing. The ones that I'm using in between where the PAX units come together are what they call a 1x2. The actual size on it is 3 1/4 or 3/4 by 1.5. That's what this is here. What I'm using up top, I don't know if you can see that, is a 1x3, which is technically 3/4 by 2.5. And then on the bottom, I'm using this 1x4, which is 3/4 by 3.5. One of the other things that I'm really paying attention to as I do this is what my plan is going to be for these drawer fronts. So I have this plywood. It's decent. It's not beautiful wood. It's all going to get painted anyway. But what I am planning is to use these 1x2s to create a frame around here and then I'll have hardware in the middle. And I want these 1x2s to be flush in there so that you'll see a nice gap, but it'll all be flat on the front here. So that's my plan with this, is that this will have detail work that will all sit flush and everything will look seamless. I did this work back in December, and after having it all completed and looking back at this video now, there are definitely some things that I wish I would have done differently. You see how those pocket holes are visible on the side, and I'm attaching this detail work or the style work to the front of the actual drawer. If I was to do it over, I would actually build separate fronts that I could attach to the drawers and build the drawer boxes in a way that those pocket holes are hidden behind the drawer fronts that would get put on. So just things that, having worked through this the first time around and learning from it, I do it differently, but I still love how this turned out. Overall, it looks great, but I definitely could have maybe built it differently and gotten a little bit different, maybe a better result. One could argue if it was better, but I think it still looks great.